Hello Gametrollers and welcome to a new video and welcome to technically it's supposed to be the second episode of my Series 11 previews, but I didn't do one for the last episode. But anyways, episode 2 of Series 11 of DW, of course being the Ghost Monument, and pretty excited. It's tomorrow. Couldn't do The Woman Who Fell to Earth because I was dead sick last week and never really got the time to do it. Yeah, so I'm really excited for this episode. Last episode was it was weird. I'll say that. It was not bad at all. Woman Who Fell to Earth was a pretty good episode, but I wasn't necessarily blown away by it, and there's some stuff that wasn't bad, but I kind of wish was better. So, yeah, the villain was just not very good, and the fact that the tone and everything, it felt weird for like the first 50 minutes, and then as soon as spoilers, by the way, I'm gonna do spoilers each time. As soon as the funeral's over, that's when it starts feeling like the show, like it actually starts feeling like Doctor Who, so it was weird. It was really weird, but this episode definitely gonna feel very good. It's in space. There's stuff going on. So yeah, let's get started. So first off, I want to talk about the guest stars who are gonna be appearing in this episode. We have Sean Dooley, who I believe will be playing the character known as Ebso or Epsu, however you pronounce it. Then you have Susan Lynch, who's going to be playing a character called Angstrom. And then Art Malik, I don't know, from True Lies. I didn't check what the name of his character was. Might as well not spoil myself and everything. And it's going to be taking place on an alien planet after the Doctor failed to teleport to the TARDIS. And yeah, there's going to be a thing called the Desolation and stuff. So from everything that we know, everything we've seen from the trailers, and just sort of my own intelligence, I think I've figured out most of what the plot will be. I don't think I really sort of tried figuring out what happened with the Woman Who Fell to Earth. And the stuff that I did try to predict or whatever just was pretty much completely wrong. Basically everything I thought about the Woman Who Fell to Earth was for the most part wrong. So I can't be too sure, but I feel like I've got good stuff. So first off, the beginning of the episode where they're still drifting out in space, after, as I said, the Doctor failed to teleport to the TARDIS. They ended up just being in space. Basically, what happened was the TARDIS time traveled after it threw the Doctor out. It time traveled as well as traveled in space. So it went to a planet, and then sort of the planet obviously has moved by this point. I don't know if it's moved just in general, if it's just gone away, or its orbit has gotten weaker or stronger or something like that, to its star/stars, if it's the planet that has the two suns, or something like that. So obviously the TARDIS would have been there, but it's not there anymore because of how time works. So they're out just drifting in space, and some people think the TARDIS is just gonna phase around them or whatever at the very beginning of the episode. I don't think that's the case. I think what'll happen is that ship that you see sort of warping in throughout the first trailer, you see a weird looking ship thing, and obviously that's the ship that's going to be in the next episode if you looked at the next time trailer. So excuse me. Just had a weird coughing fit. Anyways, so I'm assuming that ship's gonna warp in. The Doctor's just gonna be signaling them, hey, look at us, and then the ship will pick them up or something, and then it will lead into the title sequence And basically what's going to happen is the ship is going to be manned by Epso, and Angstrom. And basically they're going to go to like the planet where the TARDIS is, and they're going to be looking for some strange, mysterious artifact that they call the Ghost Monument. So you see. And basically it's sort of like a weird artifact, has mysterious powers about it or whatever, and they're like archaeologists trying to like look into it or steal it or something. And basically, on the planet, there's a guy, Art Malik's character, who has like a weird pirate force, who are the weird black clothed people that look like the Santarans. And they're basically just going to like, either they're going to be pirates who are trying to steal the thing, or they're going to be pirates who are going to who are like guarding it, or like people guarding this thing. I'm not entirely sure. And basically, the Doctor sort of has to figure out a way to like not get killed, but at the same time get to the TARDIS, because the TARDIS will in fact be the Ghost Monument, this artifact that they're fighting over, basically. And obviously by the end they get to the TARDIS, but yeah. And also Chris Chibnall sort of like teased that thing about ribbons or whatever, and in the trailers you see like weird ribbon looking things like flying around in that one shot where they're like in the like it is at night, and like the Doctor's all like terrified and she's got all the dudes around her and stuff like that. And basically what I'm assuming is the ribbons are some kind of weird energy that are sort of like, that's like emanating off of the TARDIS. Sort of like, I don't know, because of all the crashing and blah 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 that was going on, like it I don't know, some weird stuff basically is what I'm saying. And yeah, so that I'm assuming what the sort of like basic plot of it is gonna be. And of course, by the end, they get to the TARDIS. I'm not sure what's going to happen to Epsu and Angstrom or anybody really. I'm not sure what's going to happen for the most part. So they get to the TARDIS. They do a nice TARDIS introduction scene. I hope is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And then get into the TARDIS. The Doctor tries bringing the I forgot their names already, Ryan, Graham, and Yaz back, and she misses. She doesn't miss Earth, but she misses the time period, and she accidentally brings them back to 1950s America, and then you have a nice cliffhanger for the Rosa Parks episode, like they did with this episode. As I said, I'm sick, so sorry. But yeah, I'm assuming that's sort of going to be like the basic plot of it. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. It's definitely, I hope it's like a different tone from the last episode. The last episode was really like dark and like ghost town, like horror movie-esque, but it wasn't really, like, it didn't feel like it should have had that tone. It was weird. Like I watched one review that made a lot of sense when you really sort of think about it. Basically, Jodie, she was in like the Christmas Invasion. She was in an episode of DW, right? She was she was doing all her stuff. She was actually in an episode of DW. The tone made it feel like they were in, I don't know, The Conjuring. The companions felt like they were in Broadchurch, right? All the side characters, for some reason, felt like they were in Torchwood, and then the main villain was like a Marvel villain, basically. He thought he was in the Marvel universe. So it was a weird, it was a weird mix, But yeah, and obviously because I want to sort of do my thoughts on it. As I said, it wasn't a bad episode. It was just really weird, The tone was like, it didn't go well with the actual story that was being told, sort of. And stuff like that. But Jodie, obviously, I never had a doubt really that she was going to be like terrible, just because of the whole woman thing. But I was sort of surprised by how doctorly she was. She was pretty good. She was pretty good. She basically was just like a mix of like Tennant, Smith. I'm trying to think of like another doctor she's sort of, but you can't really. It's basically just Tennant, Smith. yeah, I feel like we'll see a lot more from her like incarnation by this episode, and hopefully throughout the season we sort of get more of her. The companions I like. I just need more development on Yaz, and I need them to actually start showing personality, because like even though the Moffat companions were kind of just like they were too much basically. At least they had sort of like personality slash character, like Bill, Clara, Amy, River. They all had a personality, over the top or not. It was still, it was still like fun to watch. But Chibnall made his companions really relatable and sort of like, I kind of don't want you to die, but I don't know who you are. That's basically what's going on. They're like Graham. Obviously, he's supposed to be like the comic relief, like grouchy old guy. Ryan, as I said, just I don't get like what his character really is supposed to be. Like, I assume, right? He's got the dyspraxia. He's really intelligent. He can figure stuff out, like that bit in the last episode where it was like, I think Yaz was asking what the doctor was doing, and I think Brian was like, she's tracking the signals from the DNA bombs to figure out where the thing went. He basically said something along those lines, and so I'm assuming he's supposed to be like that tech savvy sort of dude. And of course, I assume he has a bit of a temper, which we might see a little bit more of, because when he like fell off the bike, he just like yeeted the bike off the cliff. So I'm assuming he has a bit of a temper, which like, don't they give him a gun, he'll probably cause the Second Great Time War. And yes, I really just, as I said before, can't get a read on her at all. Like, she seems headstrong, right? She seems dutiful, right? She seems like, I don't know, I can't get a read on her, really. Like, I can't tell, like, if she's, like, I can't get a read on her at all. But I still like them. I still want them, on my TV screen, right? Not like Clara. So that's a plus. At least I like them more than Clara now. I want to see more of them. I want to see more of Yaz. I want to see more of Graham, of Ryan. I really want to see more of all of these characters, really. The villain, the Desolation. I'm assuming that's what they are. The Desolation are like the Centaurian-looking people. I hope they're not as bad. Well, not bad per se, but not as dull as Zim Shah / Tim Shaw was. Like, see, here's the thing, because they're like a group, I'm not entirely sure, like, it's a bunch of putties, basically. He was like one character, and then they're going to be like a group of characters. I'm not entirely sure of like the show does group sort of villains really well, like the Daleks, the Cybermen, Saiyagons. They really do well with that. And I guess they sort of do well with sort of the singular villains like the Master. But like, I don't know. I'm not entirely, like, Chibnall's not really good at sci-fi. Like last episode, it's the character stuff and sort of like the mystery investigation sort of stuff he did really well. But the actual alien itself was kind of weird. Okay, he looked cool. Tim Shaw had a really cool design. The teeth thing was an interesting sort of idea. Besides that, he really had no, like, anything, really, I don't know. Like, I wasn't invested in his character at all. He's basically like Ronan from Guardians of the Galaxy. But, I hope the villains in the next episode are going to be good. I hope they... like, he had a purpose. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? They're interesting. I hope they're interesting, basically. And I already have some ideas for the Rosa Parks episode, but I'll do that next week when we actually get to that episode. Or at least we get through the second episode. I hope the tone's different, as I think I said earlier. I hope the tone's different. I hope it's a lot more action-packed, fun. I hope they don't really overdo the sort of like the mystery element, or like the... Well, okay, they have to have a mystery element, because like, what's the ghost monument thing? Who are these characters? Blah, blah, blah. But, I hope they have a lot more action. Like, generally speaking, the last episode was like, I mean, like the doctor crashed through the thing. Like, there was a little bit of action, but it was kind of like meh action, you know. But yeah, the theme song is really good. Like, probably my favorite version of it. It's really good. I need to wait for like the opening title sequence version of the theme song to really sort of get a feel on it. Because even though like the credits version is good, I need to know what the actual version, what the actual song sounds like. But as I said, it's really good. Probably my second favorite after the 2005 one. It's weird how like I enjoy the fact that they don't focus on the fact that she's a woman now. She just is just another version of the Doctor. I really enjoy that because like the theme song, like they could have easily made it some weird feminine. Like, I don't know how you could make it feminine, you know, but they could have done that, you know. They could have just not have her do any action sequences, have like Ryan and everybody save her all the time, like the first Doctor, stuff like that. But, you know, they obviously aren't doing that, which I'm glad about. They are actually making her just, it's basically just the Doctor in a chick's body. I really enjoyed that. And sort of the theme song also adds to that because it's really just sort of militaristic and, you know, just hardcore, you know, which I like, you know. But yeah, I'm really excited for, you know, Ghost Monument and the rest of Series 11, but Ghost Monument specifically. I hope the viewing figures from the last episode keeps up, you know, at least like a solid 6 million, you know, like last episode had 8.2 or 8.8. I hope they get at least 6 million, you know, for this episode. I hope the hype hasn't gone way down, you know, like I hope it's not like 2 million now. Obviously, I feel like the Rosa Parks episode might get a bunch more. Like it might be closer to the 8 million than this episode, but yeah. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys will enjoy the next episode. I gotta go edit this video and do stuff. So yeah, I'll see you in the next episode / video, which probably will be like the finale, knowingly. But yeah, troll on, baby. Like, comment, subscribe. See you later.